right, we're setting off the dogs this morning here. Good morning from Rock Hall, Maryland. A small town on Maryland's eastern shore, not a teeny tiny town. I thought I was going to go to a different location this morning, but I ended up in Rock Hall. It's a little breezy today again. Sorry for that. But we're here in Rock Hall, Maryland. Nice people live here. Founded around 1707. A very important community for fishing and the seafood industry in Maryland, dating back to the earliest days of Maryland, pre-revolutionary too. There's a lot of colonial history here in this area, in this part of the Eastern Shore. And there are a few historic sites we'll see today. This main street, this is a great main street, but also in the surrounding area, you'll find a lot of history, particularly in the historic churches and cemeteries here. So Rock Hall is just on the other side of the Chesapeake Bay from, I guess if you drew a line, it's probably across from Baltimore. Like the ferry used to go from Baltimore to Tolchester Beach near here. Good morning, Buzzy. Hi, Lily Cat. Good morning. This is about an hour and a half drive from Baltimore across the Bay Bridge. About the same from Washington, D.C. A beautiful drive. Oh my gosh, the sunrise this morning was fantastic. And just a great place to spend a day with family. So let's check out Main Street. We're currently on Rock Hall Avenue, Rock Hall Road. We'll find out in a minute. I think it's Rock Hall Avenue, which leads from Chestertown, which is the county seat over here, heading toward Rock Hall, another little town called Eadsville that we passed through. This is a really good town sign. Get out your Main Street bingo card. We'll have several boxes to check off today. So there's the beautiful painted town sign. We can check that off. And yeah, this is Rock Hall Avenue, leading us from Chestertown to Rock Hall. Now, this does not count. This is a bank, but this is not a historic bank. But it's telling us it's 51 degrees. Thankfully, it's warmed up a bit. Started out really, really cold. And oh, there it is. I was going to say, there was a little diner I wanted to get in a picture too. This is the Little Lemon Leaf Diner across the way, directly across from that Rock Hall town sign as you're entering the town. So let's head our way toward, this is not the main street. Let's head our way toward the main street. I wanted to start with the town sign. Good morning, everyone. I hope it's a beautiful morning where you are. We just happen to get these beautiful weekend mornings here. We are so lucky. Recently. It was a windy one yesterday. I have not listened back or watched the stream from last night from downtown Baltimore. I had to walk very purposefully so as not to get blown into the street by that wind last night. That was amazing. At my house last night, no trick-or-treaters that I'm aware of. I put a basket out, and it appeared that all the candy was still there. We'll get a little better shot of the water tower in a minute, but that is a water tower, and it does say Rock Hall, and it has a striped bass on it, our official state fish. So we can cross that off of our Main Street bingo card as well. The water tower is visible from the Main Street area. No. Erky boy, not in my candy, thank you. Now in Maryland, and probably in other states too, when you see the signs that are brown, and here with the Maryland state sign, that means you've got a state park or a state preserved area to check out. Okay, I'm gonna cross this road here while it is safe and head over here to this little Waterman's Memorial here. And there's another one in near the Kent Narrows that we've seen before. This one says it's the Captain Lambert Wicks Memorial. I'm trying not to get. Thank you, Quentin. Yeah, I'm not monetized. I just appreciate a like. I really just appreciate if you give it a like. That's all I need. Thank you. So let's get a better view over here of the old salt statue. Yeah, our trees. Check out our trees right now. I think this weekend is the weekend with all the colors. We still have green, orange, gold, and some beautiful red. The maples go red right now. And there's our beautiful state flag and the flag of the United States there on the mast. Hi, Coffee. Thank you for joining. Hi, Yash. This is Rock Hall, Maryland, on Maryland's eastern shore across the Chesapeake Bay. So we're going to do a little Main Street bingo. We already have the town sign, so you can check that off your bingo card. This little memorial here. Captain Lambert Wicks was one of the senior officers of the Continental Navy in the opening years of the Revolutionary War. Noted for daring raids on British shipping in his sloop of war, Reprisal. Oh, I love that. He took Benjamin Franklin to France in 1776, was the first American naval officer in European waters after the Declaration of Independence. That's pretty cool. Born here in 1735. He was lost with his ship in a storm off of Newfoundland on October 1st, 1777. He was a gallant officer and a worthy man. I love that. Absolutely love that. Hey, Pepper Kitten. Oh, Felix, where are you, Felix? Are you a little further up north? We are in Rock Hall on the eastern shore of Maryland, right on the Chesapeake Bay. And we are going to check out Main Street. Thank you for joining, Daryl. Daryl, good morning. It is 8:24 here, and tonight we get an extra hour of sleep. Hooray, 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 hooray. I'm so excited. Extra hour of sleep tonight. So as you're heading into Rock Hall from Route 301 through Chestertown, if you kept going that way, you'd hit the water. So this is kind of the last town on your way to the bay. And check the traffic to be careful. As quiet as small towns are, electric cars are quieter. Now this little village, this is a little pop-up village. This is the Rock Hall Tourist Center. Could this possibly be the smallest tourist visitor center that we've seen? It possibly could be. Look how tiny that is. These little cottagey structures are relatively modern, built to house local businesses. And the visitor center is always open. You can pop in and grab a brochure and support small businesses. And then each little cottage, there's a little gift shop here. You will see this place was really decorated for Halloween last night. This would have been the place to be for Halloween. Hey, Space Nut, nice to see you. Space Nut, we have small town sign to mark off. We will have many murals, so go ahead and check off mural right now. There's one there. ice cream shop here, little teeny tiny ice cream shop. Yeah, each of these, there you go, town banner and restored lamppost. So there's 2 more squares on the bingo card. And the lampposts are decorated. Oh, I got one of those YouTube pop-ups again that asked me to ask questions in chat, and I didn't hit it fast enough. I don't know, there's some AI thing going on where AI will post things in chat for me. I kind of don't want that happening. I'm glad to see you, Space Nut. Oh, thank you, Yash. I appreciate it. But yeah, each of these lampposts are decorated for Halloween. We've got our banners honoring servicemen, local hometown heroes, servicemen and women, local hometown heroes. We've got this little village. Oh, check that out. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. Heading out on the river Styx instead of the Chesapeake Bay. That's okay. 3D printing and gifts. The Bay Escaper, a style destination. I don't know what that is. And these other little cottages, and there's a town pavilion or bandstand. Now, I don't have that on the bingo card. Next year, in January, we will refresh the bingo card. So I was thinking about so for Town Square, we also have Town Fountain. Maybe we'll do bandstand or pavilion in our refreshed bingo card. We'll keep heading down. This is Bayside Market. This is the local shopping market, not a chain store. We love to support small business. Yeah, this isn't highlights, Space Nut. This was asking would you like to post a quiz question? Would you like to ask folks what they want to do for the weekend? Hello, Suangak. Nice to see you. Okay, Yash, you can do the poems, but be careful with those poems, okay? No, not yet, Diddy. Nice to see you out of jail. Hi, Stan. Nice to see you. This is Rock Hall, Maryland, and we're on Main Street playing Main Street Bingo. And you notice there are a lot of these brown signs here. That means, really on the Eastern Shore, a lot of wildlife preserves, a lot of places to see the birds, the ducks, and all the beautiful wildlife on the Chesapeake Bay. And you can see here close by is the Eastern Neck Island Refuge. Lots of wildlife here to appreciate. Just checking out all the touches here for fall and Halloween. Oh goodness, okay. Speaking of Halloween touches, all right, we'll get a good look. Oh, wait. This is a bike rack. Sponsored by the Lions Club of Rock Hall. It's a fish. The state fish of Maryland is the striped bass or rock fish. This is Rock Hall. That's a pretty cool bike rack. More decoration here around this lamppost honoring Paul Dillingham, Rear Admiral in the United States Navy, local hero. Now across the way, I'm sure this place is hopping later in the day, the Rock Hall Brewing Company. I don't think this was here the last time I was here, so this may be a relatively new business, which is really great to see. New businesses popping up, especially in small towns. Everyone get out and support small business. They need you. And they're better. They're better than the chain stores. That's a beautiful view. I'm going to change my thumbnail to that. The thumbnail I posted was down the way a bit. Uh-oh. Hold on. goodness, was down the way a bit, obviously on the water, at a place that repairs yachts. All right, check this house out. Holy moly. They even put the crooked shutters up. Crooked shutters, skeletons all over. I was saying earlier, you know, the last few weeks as we've been out and about. Oh, careful, kitty. The last few weeks as we've been out and about, skeletons seem to be the theme this year. I think last year everything was spiders. Did you notice last year it was just spiders and creatures and a lot of dinosaurs too last year? This year, skeletons everywhere, and every kind of skeleton, like not just human skeletons, all kinds of creature skeletons. So this house wins. That's a great effort. That's a fantastic effort. Hi, Tim. Great to see you. I know. Hey, Orange Clown. Ha, Superwoman. Not. No, Yash. No face reveal. Hi, Wander. Hey, I told you, Yash, you missed the face reveal. I did that on a prior stream. So you'll just have to watch all of my prior streams to find the one where I revealed my face. Now, here we back at the Rockville. Gotta stop doing that. Rock Hall Brewing Company. Half a boat hanging out of there. That's pretty cool. This might be a place for lunch today. We'll definitely check that out. I mean, and everyone has gone to such great detail around Halloween. Those are real pumpkins, real carved pumpkins around the crab traps. These are not lobster traps, people. The Chesapeake Bay is blue crab. That's where your blue crab comes from. Not from Mexico, not from Virginia, sorry Virginians, not from North Carolina, not from Thailand. Blue crab comes from Maryland. So if you're having crab cakes, you have to ask if the crab meat came from Maryland, period. They're not crab cakes if they're not from Maryland. Hi, Wander. This is Rock Hall, Maryland, on the Eastern Shore. So if you look at Maryland on the map, Maryland is bifurcated by the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, and this is on the east side of the bay. So across the bay from the big cities like Baltimore and Washington, right on the shore of the bay on the other side, not on the ocean side. But you'll notice, and as we get further down Main Street, and we'll also see some residences, you'll notice these homes start to have a very New England feel to them because they're on the water. So that means they're, the shingles and clapboards are wood. It means that in some locations, they're actually raised up. I'm not going to even guess how far off of sea level we are here, but the beach is just down the street that way. And it's not a heavy slope down. So I'm not going to guess. 20 feet above sea level? Not going to guess here. And I'm not going to look at my compass yet. Oh, Tim, you lived in Hampton, Virginia. So, Tim, you're very familiar then with the Atlantic beaches in Virginia, for sure. Great to see you. Hi, Stan. Yeah, it is original building. Okay, this cat is freaking me out. Okay, it was across the street. Go. No. Go. Sorry, cat. Yeah, go back where you were. Get out of the street, cat. I don't want a cat like following me zigzagging across the street. Now, it is a white cat. It's not a black cat. But the last thing I want is a cat following me while I'm zigzagging, and God forbid something bad happens to the cat. So go away, cat. Go away. Hi, Zara. Nice to see you. Oh, the swan boats. Yes. I still see them in different places too. That's awesome. I just love these little touches. I don't know if you can tell, but there are lights wrapped around the little topiary trees in these boxes. So at night, I'm sure that looked lovely, especially last night. But check that out. I'm sure that is an historic shop of some kind. Beautiful 2-story with a beautiful wraparound porch on the second floor. Today it is green heron, and it looks like clothing and such in there. So we'll definitely check that out when the store's open. And another one across the way. Again, typical wooden clapboards, wooden tile. Again, I kind of, if you don't have a reference, because it's obvious that the clapboards have been replaced here, the roof shingles have been replaced, but if you've got nothing else to go on, look at the chimney. So the chimney there, late 1800s. Guess, total guess. Everyone can correct me when I'm wrong. But there are little clues when you're looking at homes and other structures that have been restored. There are little clues. Usually the chimney helps out. It's a lovely little sign. It's the same painting as the mural that we passed. No, I've not been to Dubai. Ever see the gingerbread houses on only online, Stan? Pete, Pete, you got to stay with me. I have a surprise for you at the end of this tour. As I was walking up and down preparing, I saw something and I thought, when we get to the VFW hall, there's something there that you will enjoy. So stick around, Pete. Great to see you. It's so quiet here. That's why the traffic is slightly disturbing. Okay, I'm gonna do that thing where I cross the street again. That cat better not come back. I'm not liking that. I am not gonna be responsible for a cat in the street, flattened to a pancake. That's not me. This one is the Naughty Blue Cottage with a seasonal rental upstairs. So you can rent the upstairs and enjoy this charming town. That's lovely. Little gifty shop. That place on Main, now that has that typical look. It might be too tiny. It's kind of that typical shape of a filling station, but it really can't be. It's too tiny. Just the way the brick is shaped in the front. That's a little kitchenette there. All right, crossing back over. Hi, Sakis, nice to see you. Oh, Pete, you wait. This one, I'm guessing, is a little more modern. This has that 1910 feel to me. It just does. Yeah, Yash. Yash, I appreciate your support. But let's just chill. More skeletons. And that beautiful historic lamppost. And that lady going way too fast down a street that clearly is marked for 20 miles an hour. Beautiful lamppost there. Hi, Mark. I know. So I'll be really quiet. You can hear the birds. Okay. This place, Mainstay on Main. This is relatively new construction. Relatively like 1900s-ish. But this is where your live music is coming from. That cat is still... Look, check this cat out. Like, this cat has to stay out of the... Every time I cross the street, it crosses. That's it. Go away, cat. All right, I think he's gone. He's been following me. If it was a black cat, I'd be really freaked out right now. Beautiful little church here on the corner. Now we're going to divert left on this street here, But when we come back, we're going to peer in the windows of this building on the corner. This is an historic pharmacy that is currently, looks like it's gutted a little bit, but there is still the old-time soda fountain in there. But I'm going to wait until I come back just to see if the sun will get in slightly a better position by the time we come back down. But historic Rock Hall Methodist Church. Look at that picture. Look at that blue sky. I love blue sky days. I do. We'll check out the date on that church when we come back as well. Beautiful stucco front on that one. But here we're on the corner of Sharp and Main. We'll get a peek down the street just a little bit at some of the residences, but I want to turn down this street. Firstly, this is Cricket's Pet Supply Shop with those beautiful awnings and a nice little seating area here. Hey, Matt, nice to see you. Hey, Watt, it's good to see you. Hi, Anders, this is Rock Hall. Tyrone, it does look like a movie set. I'm going to have to look up and see if any movies were filmed here. I don't think so, but they should be. And if you can peer down Sharp Street, you probably can't see it. All the way to the end is the Chesapeake Bay. The problem is if I walk down there, there's nothing to see between here and like 5 or 6 blocks until we get to the bay. So I didn't want to take folks down that way. I will take some video. I already started this morning. I've already taken some video with the sunrise over the water, and I'll post that separately. Java Rock Coffee House, I've been here. Great place. Local business. Check it out. Trying not to shoot into the sun. Hi, Zizi. This is Rock Hall, Maryland, on Maryland's beautiful eastern shore. Thank you for joining. I'm getting a reflection off of a solar roof right now, right into my eyes. So I'm gonna have to walk sideways for a bit with the camera. That's okay. You can look back at the church and look back. I'm always glad to see solar panels, but at this very angle of the morning, holy moly. There you go. That's a little better. Oh, not really. Sorry about that. This is the Fresh Start Food Garden. Food and garden. Food garden, food and garden. Check out the beautiful pumpkins. How beautiful is that? 360, please. Okay, 360. Here it comes. Here it comes. From this. Oh, and thank you for that, because there's the better view of the water tower with Rock Hall on it. So check that off your bingo card. We've got the water tower with the town name on it. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate the subs, and a like would be greatly appreciated as well. Thank you. This would be a great selfie spot, by the way. This is your fall selfie spot. Now, was that a historic firehouse? I don't know. Now, here's why I don't think so, but maybe I think so. I think so because of the beautiful lights, those little lanterns above the bays. But there's not a sign or anything. Oh, it is. Yep. Thank you. There's a cornerstone. Rock Hall Volunteer Fire Company, 1927. Okay. So that is the historic firehouse. Thank you, Space Nut. We can check that off. The real current firehouse is a few blocks away, and it's not on our journey today. So we won't see that today. All right. So I highly recommend these little shops off the main street. And this one here, Hickory Stick, I love this shop. I've been here before. This is all your great little home tchotchkes. And I remember years ago when I came here, they had these beautiful hand carved numbers for your house number, you know, to put on your house. And they were just beautiful. And they had so many different styles. I mean, that's what you find in these small towns. Just beautiful. I just wave to random people. So we're gonna head down. That's not a terribly old home, but really beautiful. We're heading down Sharp Street now to the, we're going east or west? Hang on. Wait a minute. East. Sorry. We're heading down Sharp Street east toward a few other places of interest, one of which will really interest Pete. I know, the sun's beautiful. I know, I'm trying not to get it in. It's messing with my white balance or whatever they call it. And there's the home with the solar panels. Good on ya. Oh, here's a nice little Halloween decoration here. I can't believe yesterday, during our entire walk through Mount Vernon in Baltimore, there was only one Halloween decoration, and it was this sad little pumpkin man on a step. So they get the A for effort, but one sad little pumpkin man. Oh, good, son, go behind that tree, please. Thank you. I can't wear my sunglasses when I stream because since they're polarized, I can't see the phone. I can't see the screen. Don't let me bore you with my babbling here. Probably impossible to see, but there's a beautiful little cottage here behind these trees. And a more modern church, Seventh-day Adventists. There are always so many churches in small towns because obviously people are of all different faiths. And so you need a church for everyone. I always think the ratio of church to people in small towns is so much greater. There's another oldie here. And a lovely one here. But again, this style in this area, you know, as you get closer to the water, tends to be more reminiscent of New England. Oh, look, it's Mater. It's Mater. Some folks out early doing the gutters. Oh my God, that sun. Okay, now I have to angle my camera because I want a nice reveal for Pete. Oh, that's a cute one. Look at that. There's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of potential in that one. So another mark on our bingo card is the War Memorial for a small town. And sometimes we also get a VFW hall, Veterans of Foreign Wars. So here in America, and I know in other countries, they also have organizations primarily coming out of the First World War. After the Civil War, it was the Grand Army of the Republic, kind of created a fraternity, you know, for men who've been through a lot, and they needed that brotherhood. And here in the US, it's the VFW, and the halls, the posts, the locations are named after, usually after local people who served with distinction. And every once in a while, those VFW halls have an artifact from war in their front yards. And this one has a great big tank. Pete can tell us all about this make and model here at the Sergeant Preston Ashley American Legion Post 228. So we are gonna check this out. That's an M60, alrighty. We are gonna check this out, as well as the war memorial that is closer to the building. So this was a nice treat this morning driving by. Oh, hey, Anna, I do appreciate your thought. Yeah, that's why I try to steer away when I see people. I am giving a detailed view of the neighborhood, but you can also get that on Google Earth. So I don't stray off of public roads for that reason. I am really cautious about that. I appreciate you saying it. I'm actually a certified privacy professional, so I do take it super, super seriously. But what my intention is to document architecture before it's gone. You know, in my historic studies, I really wish there are certain parts of Baltimore and places where my ancestors lived, I wish someone had taken a picture. There are so many places that are well documented, but some of the small streets are not. And so my hope here is to document as much as I can. And then future historians, maybe one someday, will look at this video and say, oh my gosh, I remember that. Or, you know, now I have a photo of that. Stay off my lawn. Yeah, I'm just like that. Barwick. Anna, you're very kind. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really careful when I see like people. I don't want to get people and that sort of thing. Dude, this is one of those things that I hope maybe once a year they let kids climb on, because I would be all into that. My uncle, God rest his soul, restored a Jeep and would take it to, you know, to conventions and demonstrations and things like that. But he spent a lot of his life getting all of the real parts to restore a Jeep from World War II. That's really nice, Anna. Thank you. But I do want to take a minute here because also on our bingo card, the Town War Memorial is something that we find in small towns around main streets, and it's right here. And you can see the flags of the armed services, each branch of the armed services. You can also see these small statues representing those from the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and United States Coast Guard. And this beautiful monument that says, to the men and women who helped preserve us, a free nation, is this shrine dedicated. Let me read that again, because that just sounded terrible. To the men and women who helped preserve us, a free nation, is this shrine dedicated. Okay. Lovely. Even includes the United States Space Force, believe it or not. Pretty cool. Donated by the Sergeant Preston Ashley, Post number 28, American Legion. I'm gonna go fix that flag because I can't stand flags that are stuck like that. Oops. Okay. Fix that. Okay. That's better. There you go, sir. Thank you all for your service. I can imagine people visiting this small town, coming around that corner. You know, it took me a while to walk down this street, but if you're driving, you know, it just takes a second, and boom, right there. Tank. Well, I'm glad everyone is so energetic in chat. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Johnny, I do appreciate you every time you join. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Pete, you can let them go. Let them go. It's okay. I appreciate it. Until they get really disrespectful. I appreciate you, Pete. I know, Tim. So yeah, so they're moving to Huntsville, Alabama, right? I think because there's a lot of, you know, the NASA stuff and a lot of defense work in Huntsville. I agree, Kelly. Thank you so much. Zara, it is. Can I get close up to the tank? Anna, your wish is my command. Yeah. Like I said, I hope maybe once a year they let kids climb on this thing. That is. So the top of the tread here, Pete, you'll criticize me if I'm using the wrong terminology here. So the top of the tread is my eye level. So that's 5 feet, probably at my eye level. It's a big one. I guess, Johnny, I think it has. I'm pretty sure because when you know, depending on where you are, many of the VFW halls that began as like the outgrowth of those GAR halls have Civil War cannon. And you can look at the serial number, and there are entire websites dedicated to figuring out which cannon was in which conflict. Oh, I'm sure this, you know, if not in conflict, it may have been at the Ordnance Museum in Aberdeen, Maryland. So that's another place to visit, Aberdeen. We'll put that on our list too. Well, we'll do the Main Street in Haverty Grace. I don't know if there's a Main Street in Aberdeen, but that's Aberdeen Proving Ground, where they test it out. Tanks. As a kid, I remember going to the tank museum as a kid. A lightning conductor on the back of the track. A lightning conductor. Don't know what that means. What can you tell me about that? I don't know. I mean, for those who want really the, you know, oh, there we go. There's some kind of, I don't know if that's serial number. There's a 367 and a strange squiggle. Yeah, somebody can track this one down. Proudly painted by the Maryland National Guard CSMS. I don't know what that means. CMS. Yeah. We'll get the 360 here. Who'd have thunk it? I thought I'd be looking at charming homes on the Eastern Shore, and I'm looking at a tank. A really cool tank. Right here at the Sergeant Preston Ashley. Okay, there's a ditch over there. Hang on. Sergeant Preston Ashley, American Legion Post 228. Get as far over here as I can without falling in a ditch and get a nice shot of that with the flags. We've got some very interesting and beautiful contrails in the distance. M60 was our MBT for a good long time. It has a 105. Awesome. Thank you, Pete. Hearing the church bells. I don't know if you can hear them. It's 9 o'clock. Let's make our way back up to Main Street from our little tank detour this morning. What a find. there's a little tavern there, and there's a little tavern, not a little tavern. There's an oldie there. Seen its better days. Mid-1800s for that one, I'm sure. I agree, Anna. I agree. What? Oops, careful, car coming. At least he's driving slower. Oh, but this one's not. Holy moly. All right, that one came out of nowhere. Okay. At least I could hear that one. It's the ones that come out of nowhere and they're electric that pose the most danger. Right, let's head back up to Main Street. So Anna, where are you? Are you on California side? Are you in the Midwest? Where are you? I got to take a really cool trip for a very small part of Route 66 2 years ago. And the problem was I kept wanting to stop constantly to take pictures and I wasn't making enough progress. Only so many hours of light in the day. I need to retire so I can go visit all the places I really want to visit. So there's a little mobile t-shirt custom screen printing place. Okay. Used to be in that building, but is now in a little mobile trailer? Do we call that a trailer? Don't know if we call that a trailer. Still have such a nice mix of green trees and then a handful that are just red and orange and yellow. Just really pops. Oh, Central Oklahoma. That sounds wonderful. Need to do more traveling. I do this on weekends because it's easy. Tim, I encourage everyone to walk in a small town. And I do this because every place I go, and there are so many more to visit, are within I don't want to say they're all within an hour drive of Baltimore, but within a 2-hour drive of Baltimore. Definitely no more than 2 hours. And if I'm beyond that area, like when I'm in Philly, that's because I'm working in Philly or visiting people there. But these are not long, I mean, they're everywhere. Small towns are everywhere. Morning, Ben. Hello, Beeline from Australia. So glad to have you here. It's a little peek at that porch. Little peek at the porch. Right there. Pumpkin. Go by really quickly. Okay, as I mentioned, speed limit is 25 on this street. Do well to remind people of that. There's our water tower. So what have we found today? We started out at the beautifully painted town sign. That's where we started the stream. We have seen an historic church. We've seen the water tower with the town name and a rockfish, striped bass painted on it. We've not seen a bank because the oldie bank is not here. The bank that's here is a new bank. It's definitely a new bank. Just up here is the historic fire station. No longer a fire station, but the new fire station It's just past where the town sign was. It's actually beautiful. I'm starting to collect photos of new fire station architecture because some of them are pretty cool. What else have we seen? No town clock. Nope. War memorial. Yes. Town fountain. No. Hardware store. Can't tell. Really can't tell. Historic hardware store. Banners. Yes. Restored lampposts. Yes. Post office. No. The post office is around the corner, but it's not a historic post office. I'm being quite picky. No school. Yeah, that's down on that main road where we started today, too. Sweet Cheeks Treats. I do like that. I do like that. This is a good photo, too, with the water tower and that beautiful church. That's where breakfast will be there, right there, Java Rock. So there's another view. So it said, the cornerstone said 1927 for this firehouse. And we're back here to our Fresh Start Food and Garden Market. I do like that. Tim, thank you so much. What about town center? No, we didn't see like a town's, kind of the two cross streets there had that, it did have that little pavilion there. That's why I said I should add that to the list. Like a town, like a bandstand or a pavilion would be a good thing to add. Now, I mentioned we were going to end our stream attempting to peek in to this beautiful historic pharmacy. This is the corner of Sharp and Main in Rock Hall, Maryland. Good morning. I love having people in my videos. I do. Thank you. Everybody hesitates, and then I wave them on. I'm like, come on in. But this, so what we can see here, from here, I don't see anyone in there. Let's just be casual. Let's just be casual and see if we can peek into these windows, because what I see is pretty cool. All right, so just casually. I don't know if you're getting the glare, but that's an old soda fountain in there. Can you see that? If I do this. Try not to get the sun glare. But there's an old soda fountain in there. I think when I've been here before, this was actually operational as a candy store or an ice cream shop. So this is one of those places, if there were someone in there actually doing work right now, I would so totally, politely, very politely, ask if I could get a peek inside. I don't know if you can see the bottles on the shelves through the glass. Like those old time prescription bottles. I'm not sure. You may just be getting the glare from the sun. But peeking through the window, you can certainly see that old time apothecary, what do we call that? Apothecary something. There. And there's a better view at the pet supply store, which is quite a big building on the corner. The sun's up a little higher. We're getting a better view of our main street here. Well, everyone, I think this beautiful corner, I'll cross back over, is a great place to end our stream today in Rockville, Maryland. I'm gonna head right over there to Java Rock for breakfast. I wanna thank everyone for joining me. I'm gonna take my big girl camera and see if I can get some shots inside that historic pharmacy there. But we'll end on a beautiful shot of the Rockville Church. Is it United Methodist? Rockville Methodist Church. The beautiful historic pharmacy with that lamppost and the town banner there. Thanks everyone so much for joining. Hi, Michael. Great to see you. Hey, Big Arm. So glad to see you. Hey, go back and watch the beginning of the stream. That's where the town sign, we got a lot of, I'd say, I don't think we got a bingo today. I'll go home and I'll tally it up on the bingo card and see what we got today. I'll post it to the community section. In January, I will refresh the card. So we'll have different things to look at the next time, well, not the next time, when we have our first Main Street walk in the new year. But that's a ways from now. We'll have plenty of Main Street walks between now and the new year. We may have another one tomorrow. We'll have to see where the spirit leads. Coming toward Rock Hall, this is Rock Hall, Maryland, on the Eastern Shore. You have to go through Chestertown. Now, Chestertown is a diversion on its own and is a beautiful, beautiful small town, but it's the county seat, so it's a lot bigger than Rock Hall. There are several streets around a beautiful town square with a fountain. We need all day to be in Chestertown. We need all day. I need multiple cameras. I would definitely do an edited video of Chestertown. But if you're in this area, don't get diverted by Chestertown. Keep heading this way toward the water to beautiful Rock Hall, Maryland. Thanks, everyone. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic weekend today. But before you go, on Stasis Geek's channel today, we are reviewing the film The Duelists, starring Harvey Keitel and Keith Carradine. I had never heard of this film before. It's centered around the Napoleonic Wars. It's one of those, as we would call, a costume drama. But check it out along with Stasis Geek and Jay from Nerd Takes. I will be joining them for my review. So go over there at 4 p.m. Eastern time today. And that's because the clocks changed in the UK last week. And they change in the US tonight. So we're only 4 hours difference between us and the UK. So check us out on Stasis Geek's channel. Thank you, Pete. I was kind of what do you call it, vamping or babbling to see if you would post the link. Thank you so much. Check out the link. Check us out on Film Club today. It would be really great if you could join. Hit that like button before you go. Thanks, everyone. Have an absolutely fantastic weekend. I'm just going to leave the shot here for a minute and say goodbye now. Alan, this is Rock Hall, Maryland on the Eastern Shore. This is a beautiful small town main street. So I hope you go back and watch the entire video. Take care, everyone.